This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Well, I gotta be honest, I did not see that coming. And that, I mean, Blake Trienenin coming in to get the job done. I was like, if Trienenin comes into this game, we're cooked and it is over. But a bigger question for you guys, honestly, why not leave Blake Snell in there? Seriously, give me a reason why not.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Face the minimum. He was cooking, dealing. He was unhittable. 1 hit, 10 Ks, no walks, 103 pitches. What are you saving him for? Seriously, Dave? Come on, Doc. What are you saving him for? 103 pitches is not a lot. He was throwing mostly off speed. He could pitch tomorrow. Okay, maybe Wednesday. What are you saving him for? I know Rocky's there. Rocky's been locked in. We all wanted to see Sasaki. We were like, yeah, that's fine. It's cool. I get it. But at the same time, I don't get it. Leave him out there. If he gets into trouble, then go get Roky. Tony says Roky was awful. I don't know about that. Wasn't great. Did get an out. But he's a rookie. One of my buddies pointed that out. Let's take it easy. He's a rookie. OJ says, okay, Roky's been on one. I'm not mad at the decision. I know we're playing Monday morning quarterback here, but that's what we do. That's our job. That's my job, to sit here and question Doc all the time. And I've defended him a lot. Generally, I do. But the pitching decisions that have been made this postseason have made it way, way too interesting. So, too many balls. And look, you can't say, hey, Roky, go in there and throw more strikes. But the bottom line was, you kind of didn't even need to put yourself in that situation, because Snell was locked in. I mean, it's not a perfect game because he didn't go 9, but I don't understand. I think it's weird. It's one of the weird rules of baseball. He did give up a hit, but then picked the guy off, right? Still should have been a perfect game had he gone 9, right? He faced the minimum amount of hitters, and especially when you pick him off. It's like, well, I gave up a hit, but I erased it. I made up for it. Now, if he hits him to a double play, that's a different gray area. But when you pick him off, come on. But face the minimum. There's no disputing that. 2-1 the final, by the way. Dodgers win game 1 of the NLCS.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Not even close. Blake Snell. 8 innings, 1 hit, 10 Ks. This is one of those games. They likened it to the Roy Halladay perfect game in 2010. This is one of those games where Snell could have said, change up, slider. He could have just called out his pitches beforehand. Curveball. He went through the 7th inning, didn't throw a fastball. I mean, 77 through 6, 91 through 7, retired 14 in a row. And in the 7th, he didn't throw a fastball. Got the final batter on just a wicked, nasty curveball that just dropped right in the pocket. So, congratulations, Blake Snell. Thank you for doing that. Honorable mention on player of the game to, I guess, Mookie Betts, because he gets the RBI to give the Dodgers that little bit of insurance, which turned out to be the deal breaker. Ultimately, though, Freddie Freeman. Woo!
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
You could go either way on this, but in a game when nobody could score, and Freddie gets one right in his wheelhouse, in his kitchen, down and in where he loves it, and launched it to, and I say launched, I mean it, 46 degrees. They said that was the second highest home run since they've been keeping that stat. 46 degrees. And when you see it from that other angle, it almost hits the roof. Craziness. 362 feet, but it probably went 400 feet up in the air. Just absolutely launched to right field. Then he had a double. So Freddie Freeman, huge part of this win for the Dodgers. Nice to see. Shohei Ohtani is still worthless. Hold on. Sorry, Nando. Back up. I'll back up. Not worthless. He is a decoy. Everyone still thinks he's hot. Everyone still thinks he's hitting. I don't know what they're not seeing. I know he's still capable, but he is so ice cold right now. He has no ability to hit home runs. I mean, he can put the ball in play. He hit the ball hard once tonight, walked 3 times, 2 of them intentionally. The first one to lead off the game, not an intentional walk. But he's like, ice cold. So why do you keep walking him? Just throw him down and in, down and in, down and away, and he'll strike out. Or you can go down and in, down and in. He'll flail at both of those because he can't hit that pitch. And then you could just gas one down Main Street and he'll watch it. It's not hard to figure out. Okay. If I could throw harder, I could strike him out. It is repetitive. It's unfortunate. It's disgusting. And it's ridiculous that Shohei Ohtani is so bad right now. The only thing keeping us from saying he's the worst on the Dodger team is Andy Pages, who is 1 hit in the postseason. Really? 0 for 3 today. His batting average is 37. If you have a toddler, their batting average would be a little bit higher than that, I think, because they might be able to get hit by a pitch or, they did get walked. I don't know. All of his numbers, his OPS is just barely over 100. His on-base percentage, 71. His slug is 37, the same as his batting average. 37. I was talking to a buddy today during the game. I'm like, I don't know what you do, right? I guess it's call. It's too bad Tommy Edman can't play outfield right now. You got to run him. Seriously, you can play second base, but you can't play the outfield. I don't know. That seems weird to me. I don't get it. Yeah, he had a sprained ankle, but he's fine. Put him out there. Sit Pages down. You put Miggy at second, and it's a better lineup. Not even close. Will Smith, a couple of hits today. That was nice to see. Tommy Edman had one. Max Muncy. Oh, boy. Do we have time to talk about that now? No, we don't. Let's go to the break, and we'll come back and get into that play. Bases loaded. Max Muncy hits one off the top of the wall, and then chaos ensued. What the heck was that? Oh, I've got some basics, fundamental baseball bitching to do after the break. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast. I am Pete Fox. We are on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. And don't forget to check out the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast Monday through Friday with Travis Rogers, giving you an in-depth look as to what is going on in the Dodgers universe. And right now, that is a 1-0 series lead in the NLCS. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is here, as you all know. FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss right now. If you're not a member or a customer of FanDuel, that means you're a new customer, and you can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets. But do a little research, because that's a lot. You can make, if you know what you're doing even a little bit, you can make $300 last a whole season. So it's definitely an enticing offer. So make sure you do your research, go to FanDuel, download the app, and get in on the action. What are you waiting for? Do it now. FanDuel.com. Download the FanDuel app today and get started. Tonight's episode also brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments, or income properties. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's where Monarch Money comes in. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy to use interface on your laptop or on your phone. Monarch is built for people with busy lives. If you've put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all of your accounts, your checking, your savings, your investment portfolios, your rental properties, etc., and you'll feel like you're in control of your money. And, more importantly, I put emphasis on the word feel as if to say you're not, but you are. That's the best part about this. You are in control of your finances without even touching a spreadsheet. So use the code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com. Don't let your financial opportunity slip through the cracks. If you use that code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com, you'll get half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com. Use the code LOCKEDONMLB. Dodgers squeak one out. Blake Snell goes 8. Doc is like, yeah, he's thrown 103 pitches. That's way too many. Let's go put in a reliever. Okay. I thought, all right. I don't love the move. But then when Roki didn't have his, A material, we were a little bit like, all right. And then we see Blake Trienen in the bullpen. We're like, oh, God. And then Roki Sasaki, I did get 2/3. He got 2 outs. That's right. But he gave up a hit, 2 walks, too many balls, just way too many balls. And he gave up a double to a pinch hitter. I mean, I didn't hate the pitch. The one that walked his first walk, I don't know what the guy's name was, but it was a 3-1 pitch. It hit the corner of the zone, and the umpire called it ball 4. Robot umpires can't wait for you to arrive, especially this time of year. June, July, I'm fine with missing some here or there. I will still bitch about it. But this time of year, at a very minimum in the playoffs, the robot umpires should be mandatory, right? You can't afford to have that kind of stuff happen, because I think if that's a strike right there, full count, he gets him. It's a different thing. It's over. Game over. But no. Called a strike, a ball, sent the runner down to first base, and then the pinch hitter comes in and drills one to center field to make it a 2-1 ball game. No, that's right. He scored on a sac fly. Churio hit the sac fly to score the run. Lockridge, I think, was the pinch hitter there who drilled that one to center field, or maybe it was Bowers. Yeah, Bowers. And then Lockridge came in to pinch run. That's what it was. Anyway, yeah, nice piece of hitting from that guy off the bench, but he got a fastball right down Main Street, right? Right in the kitchen. So he took advantage of it, and he was probably sitting fastball. 3-2. Roki's throwing some balls, not feeling good about his location at that point. So nice piece of hitting, and I didn't hate the pitch. I like, yeah, you got to throw a fastball, and because he can, hump up to 99, 100 miles an hour. It was down, so that was good. So, he just got beat. That was the bottom line. But then you bring Blake Trienen in, and he walks a guy to load the bases, being ahead in the count, the ball up in the zone. And ultimately, the strike 3 that he got on Bryce Terang was a ball. I mean, that was just bad. That was bad pitch selection from Bryce Terang. By the way, Bryce Terang went to the high school where I coached for a few years. When I was going through a divorce, I needed something to occupy my time. I coached some high school baseball, and I was there just like a year or 2 before Bryce Terang. So that's one of my claims to fame, even though I'm not a Brewers fan. But Terang, biggest thing to ever come out of Santiago High School in Corona, California. Anyway, though, he struck out tonight and left his team hanging. In spite of being the best batting average wise hitter in the Brewers lineup with runners in scoring position, batted .368 this year with runners in scoring position, but was just a little too anxious. Got that fastball up in the zone, and Trienen beat him. So give Trienen a little bit of credit. 11 pitches and got out of it for the Dodgers. Got the 1 out that was needed in spite of a walk. Dodgers win it 2-1. Now back to that crazy play. Bases loaded. Max Muncy hits a deep fly ball to left center field, and the center fielder tracks it, Frelick, to the fence, jumps, and misses it. The ball basically bounces out of his glove off the top of the wall, and then he gathers it and fires to the shortstop. The shortstop fires home to get out number 2, because remember, there was bases loaded, 1 out at that point. So he gets out number 2 at home, and then walks down to third because Will Smith was on second and went back to second instead of staying on third to get the third out. So they get a double play to get out of a bases loaded 1 out jam. Here's my issue. Here's my problem. I don't understand what the hell Teo was doing. Are you with me on this? Is it head scratching what he was doing? And you got to put a little bit of it on Dino Ebel, right? Because the umpire did not miss what happened. The umpire was absolutely on it. The umpire saw it. The third base umpire saw that the ball hit the fence, the wall, and bounced up. And at that point, it's a live ball. So Teo has to know, and so does Dino Ebel. One of 2 things are going to happen right now, okay? The third one is a home run. And so if it's a home run, you don't have to do anything. But with a ball in play, you're tagging or you're just going to trot home. So I don't know what he was doing. So he should be tagging until he knows that there's no need to tag. Because there's no way that ball hit that far should give them enough opportunity to throw him out at home on a force play. It was just bad base running. I mean, it's a tough call. I get it. Greg Vallejo says Dino told him to go. That makes it even worse. If that's true, Greg, that makes it even worse on Teo. If he was yelling at him to go, then what, because he took like 3 steps down the line and then came back to tag. You stand on the base until you know, and then you go. Right? Because look, if he's like, well, I don't know if he caught it or not. Okay, then you're tagging and going. Then what do you wait? Like, I don't understand what was the back and forth? Because if the ball is caught, like if he thinks, hey, he caught it, then you're tagging and going. The other option is it's a live ball, then you're just going. So look, it's fundamental basic baseball. You put the options in your head and you say, if this is what we used to coach. And it's again, I coached the freshmen. I didn't coach any high level. It's pretty simple. You say one thing to yourself all the time. What do I do if the ball's hit to me? That's a defensive thing. You say the same thing when you're running bases. What do I do if it's hit over there? What do I do if it's hit over there? What do I do if it's hit over there? You're running these scenarios in your mind, and you should know when the ball is hit in the air, fewer than 2 outs, you're tagging. So if he thinks the ball is caught because it bounced off his glove, hit the fence, and then he caught it again. It was a weird situation for me because I was in the car listening at that point. I listened to Nelly and Rick Monday call it on the radio. They couldn't figure out what was going on. So I was in my driveway, got out of the driveway, ran in the house, turned on the TV, and I saw the replay, but it was just the very end of the replay. So I was a little confused too. I had to call a friend who was watching and having to explain it to me a little bit more. And then there was ESPN put out a story like right away on every blow that happened in that play. They recapped it in a story during the game. And then they even put up the highlights. So they kept playing it. So, you read the box score, you can figure out. But the fact is that it hit the wall. It's a live ball at that point. And then after the wall, he catches it. You run. If you think it's a caught ball, then you're tagging. You should be on the base until he's throwing the ball and you just walk home. So, yeah, it's, Teo's great. We love Teo, but he does make some boneheaded plays, and sometimes he's just lazy. And I don't want to call that lazy. It was just like, not paying attention, not focused in on what was happening. Of course, it's even tougher for Will Smith. He was in a tough situation too, because he's like, well, I can't go anywhere if he's still back there, and then the guy on first came to second. So it was super chaotic and hectic. I get it. But, this time of year, you can't afford to have those things happen. You gotta be better, right? Those are the things that can win or lose you a crucial game, potentially a series. And then, you're playing golf instead of playing the World Series. So Greg says postseason is so crazy, or Geggery rather. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I mean, that was like, what just happened? I mean, people that are huge baseball fans that love baseball were watching that going, I don't know what I just witnessed. And it seems like I say that all the time, right? Just about every baseball game you watch, you'll see something you've never seen before. And that was what happened there. Greg also says the TBS crew had it down. Yep, they were on it. Yeah, and Tony, bullpen almost cost us again. Here's the good news about that, Tony. I think that was, look, did it feel to you like Roki was a little bit in over his head, like the lights were just a tad bit too bright? That's what I kind of felt. And I've said Roki has, absorbed the moment as the closer. Big, high leverage situations. I felt like tonight it was a little bit too much for him, but that's good that it didn't cost him the game. And hopefully he gained some experience from tonight, because he's going to be right back out there again tomorrow. Hopefully it all helped him grow and will become a little bit better and feel a little bit more confident next time he's in a tough situation like that. So in the end, the Dodgers win it 2-1 to take a 1-0 series lead in this NLCS in Milwaukee. Right back at it tomorrow. First pitch a little after 5:08. Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers, and the Brewers are Freddie Peralta's going to start. Is he an opener? Is he going to pitch 2 innings? Who knows? We'll see. I mean, the Brewers are just all over the place with regard to that. Yamamoto's probably going to go 6 or 7 and allow 1 hit and strike out 9. That is my prediction right now. Ariel says, I'm an absolute idiot. Okay. Thank you. Oh, he says Manuel's an idiot. I'm so used to people calling me an idiot. Roberts absolutely made the right choice. 2-0 Dodgers, and Sasaki has been cooking. This host is I'm an idiot too. Blake went the furthest so far this season. No need to chance it. Okay. Well, I'm glad your crystal ball is so perfectly clear, Ariel, because that was not the best decision. And if you run Blake back out there, what's the damage, right? It can't be any worse than this. 103 pitches. What are you afraid of? What are you saving him for? He's still going to pitch in 4 or 5 days, right? I don't get it. So it all worked out in the end. But yeah, I'm an idiot because my opinion is different than yours. You're the knower of all, Ariel, because Dave Roberts made the right decision in your opinion. Yeah, it worked out. But it also could have worked out if Blake Snell was out there. But I'm an idiot and you're a genius. So let's just leave it at that. That's the way it goes, right? 2-1 the final. Again, tomorrow, first pitch 5:08. We'll be here to break it down when it is over. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Appreciate your comments. Take care. Have a good night.